Hello, girls and boys, mums and dads, and everyone young at heart. Today I have a new book and it's called Running Rhino, and it's written by Mwenye Hadithi and Adrian Kenaway. I'm sure you will enjoy it like I did. So, Running Rhino. Do you know what this bird is called? Hang in there, you get to know by the end of the story. So, on the great African plain, Rhino was running. Rhino was so short sighted, he ran at anything that moved. When Rhino ran, all the animals had to get out of his way. By the rushing river, Crocodile got covered in mud as Rhino raced through the shallow water. And on the dry and dusty plain, Tick Bird got knocked out of her nest as Rhino ran by. In the great forest, Bush Pig ran for cover as Rhino rushed under the trees. Oh dear, Rhino! He's disturbing everyone. In the shade of the umbrella tree, Lion got covered in dust as Rhino came to a sudden stop. Rhino, you can't go on running about like this, said Lion. Everyone wants you to stop. I don't want to, said Rhino, and I won't. I challenge anyone to stop me. Then a challenge it is, agreed Lion. I will call a meeting of all the animals. All the animals gathered on the great African plain. Rhino has called for a challenge, announced Lion. Who wants to stop him running? The animals stayed silent. Even Elephant didn't want to challenge Rhino. And his long, sharp horn. You can see the long, sharp horn over here. I will challenge Rhino, said Tickbird quietly. All the animals looked at Tickbird in surprise. If I win, said Tickbird, Rhino must go and leave on the steep stony slopes and leave us all in peace. If I win, snorted Rhino, I will run and run and run even more. Rhino. And what is your challenge, Tickbird? Asked Lion. I challenge Rhino to a fight at sunrise tomorrow, said Tickbird. A fight? Tickbird wants to fight Rhino. The animals all opened their eyes very wide. Ha! That's silly, Rhino snorted. You can bring 100 friends to help you and you still won't win. But I only need 3 friends to beat you, said Tickbird. Do you know which friends Tickbird is going to call? Tell your mommy or daddy. That evening, Rhino began to worry. Who would Tickbird's 3 friends be? Down by the rushing river, he met Crocodile and Hippo and Python. Has Tickbird asked you for help? He said. No, we haven't seen her, they replied. In the great forest, Rhino met Giraffe and Buffalo and Elephant. Has Tickbird asked you for help? He said. No, we haven't seen her, they replied. Rhino stopped worrying and went to sleep. He had a great fight to prepare for. The next day, all the animals gathered on the great African plain. The sun was showing, but Tickbird was nowhere to be seen. Of course Tickbird isn't coming, Rhino snorted. She's too scared. But just then, Tickbird arrived. She was carrying 3 tiny gourds. Here they are. The challenge begins, announced Lion. Oh dear, do you think Tickbird will win this challenge? Let's find out. Rhino stamped and puffed loudly and rushed at Tickbird with a massive snort. Tickbird tipped over one of the little gourds and out came Mosquito. Mosquito flew at Rhino and bit him on his nose. Ow! Yelled Rhino, skidding at a halt. Don't you give up? Do you give up? called Tickbud. No, snorted Rhino. Mosquito has bit his nose. Let's see who's the next friend. Tickbud emptied the second gourd and out came Bee. Bee stung Rhino on his ears and his tail. Ouch! Yelled Rhino, running round in circles. Look, he's been bitten by the bee. Do you give up? Called Tickbud. Never, snorted Rhino. Then Tickbud tipped over the last gourd and out came Ant. Ant crawled up Rhino's leg and bit him behind his knee, under his tummy, and even on his horn. Stop it! I give up, yelled Rhino, rolling in the dust to try and stop the dreadful itching and tickling. Tickbud wins, announced Lion to the cheering crowd. Now Rhino must live on the steep stony slopes and leave us in peace. Rhino stomped off, all itchy, scratchy and cross, but Tickbud flew after him. I will sit here on your back now and then, said Tickbud kindly, and I will peck you to show I am here, and I will always warn you if there is danger. Humph, puffed Rhino. Then you won't have to run all over the place all the time. Agreed? Said Tickbud. Agreed, snorted Rhino. He must be feeling very embarrassed. And Tickbud is very kind. And nowadays Rhino wanders by himself on the steep stony slopes. He still wants to run at anything that moves. But Tickbud sits on his back and gives Rhino a tiny peck. Then Rhino comes down and carries on happily eating grass. The end. So if you like the book, you can have a look at the other books, and you can check it out at www.hatchetchildrens.co.uk. Till next time, from me it's bye-bye.